I am higher vibrations and so are you. Holy cannoli and a bucket. Oh my goodness, some crazy, awesome, amazing energies happening right now. Welcome to the peak of the corridor between the two eclipses. Wow. I don't know about y'all, but I did not sleep. There's so much that was happening right now. I guess my hair is kind of normal again. I'm having this crazy static electricity thing. Like I look like I'm touching one of those like electricity or high school things, whatever they're. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Miss T's first today. Awesome. Hello everyone. So happy to see you today. It's beautiful sunny day. You know, we just got hit by a lot of storm. Oh, there's a kind of a couple of things going on. I was just like, the energy's really shifted. Let's check out what's going on. Weird stuff. So first of all, there's been a handful of big earthquakes throughout the planet. However, the one to note was South Australia had a big. It was like a 4.4, which is, you know, it's Australia. So for them to be getting them, and we had some like Indonesia, Japan, China, pretty typical, but they were pretty big. No solar flares currently impacting us. I mean, we have like B flares, which I thought I got to show you all this. This is crazy. I was like, what? You never see it look like this. Did I not take a picture? I thought I did. I did. This is normally, yeah, okay. There you go. Normally, this is lit up. Am I doing it upside down? Whatever. How's it doing it upside down? No, it's not. Anyway, normally it's lit up by red and orange and blue and green. There's just like this little bump. That is transmutation. That's pretty cool. But yeah, very surprising. Anyway, a lot of that kind of stuff going on. Also, so the reason that this day is important, we're still finding out, to be truthful. However, I do know that we figured out that this is the exact center point between the two eclipses. We had the first eclipse on the 14th of October, just a little while ago. I'm disappearing. Ooh. And then the next one, that was the solar eclipse that we had. And we're going to have a lunar eclipse on the 28th at the full moon. And so that's the corridor we're talking about. Lots of transformation, transformative energies coming in. Hello, everybody. Vegan Vixen's here. Sarah Jane. Wow, what a beautiful day. Vanya's here. Hello, guys. Sarah Jane says, have you seen the rainbow circle around the sun? I've been seeing this for a while. It's crazy to see how now it's almost impossible. It's very uncommon to look at the sun and see there not be one. And usually there is. By the way, this is kind of interesting. I've been wearing sunglasses a lot lately. The sun's changed. That I've been wanting to wear sunglasses, and my child, who typically always wears sunglasses, isn't. And so it's kind of interesting that that's changed. Along with some of this other kind of stuff, I have burned. I have a sunburn on my eyelids, which I've been wearing sunglasses. It's really confusing. Anyway, some cool stuff going on with the sun, really activating. I know Haley's comments still giving us some of the Orionids kind of stuff, is mixing in with that. There's some cool stuff going on in the sky at night right now, if you can see it. Let's see. Hello, everybody. This is Mariette. I think I say your name correctly. Hello, everybody. I'm trying to keep balance in these crazy times, not only emotionally, but also fiscally. Buddha belly helps me to be more grounded, it seems. Yeah, we all are having this thing. It's a Buddha belly. It's where your swelling of your belly's happening. Remember that water goes where healing is needed, because light goes where water is. And so that's why when we injure ourselves, we put our hands someplace. We're drawing these fluids there, directing the light there. It's a natural occurrence. You are all healers. You are all self-healers. And just, I would say that the difference between someone who calls themselves a healer and someone who doesn't is belief in themselves. That's really the only difference. And so that's why our body swells. Like we, hurt ourselves and our body swells. It's all the water going to that spot for healing. It's really crazy. So that's happening in our belly right now. Think about what's going on here. Perhaps try laying on of hands, putting your hands on your belly, directing it there, just as we do when we put our hands on our hearts, as when we're doing these types of things. By the way, the heart activation stuff that's happening right now is really cool and really helpful. So just allowing yourself to see that you're moving the light from your heart center down at the bottom of your heart center, down toward the rest of your body. Don't worry about the upper part of your body. It's already been doing a really good job. So Lindsay says, will I still be able to ascend even if I'm still on antidepressants and codeine? I hear all different things and it's worrying me. Okay, so this is a really good question. I'm going to say that there's a lot of people who have a lot of rules, and everybody's guidelines is a better word, I guess, is correct for them. I know people of all variety and interest in this awakening journey, ascending rapidly, watching their transformations occur has been enjoyable as the friend, the onlooker and so on, who are on medication, who drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, eat fast food, processed food. These things don't stop ascension. I would say that all things and excess can go from a very balanced and healthy mechanism to not so much. So, I mean, and I'm not suggesting anything specific for medication because I'm sure that you follow as prescribed. However, when it comes to other things of engagement, enjoy yourself. You're human. You're not going to do this again, as far as I'm not. And so participate, enjoy yourself. And part of being human is doing some of these crazy things. I'm sure there are downfalls too, again, in excess. So your body is an amazingly powerful mechanism of healing and light. You would be surprised to know, perhaps, that we can transmute anything. When this whole jab thing started coming through, I asked. I was like, so what's going to happen? Are we going to have a bunch of people with different like new extremities and stuff? And, they're like, and then they answered in the most broad topic, because it covers every one of these things, is that we can transmute anything that we choose to. Right. And so even those who engaged in this series of things that happened during the lockdown, they can too. That doesn't add them to some excluded club or something like that. So just so you know, you can transmute this. How do you transmute? You go into your happy place, into your place of love, and you decide it, and you bring in the light, and you allow it to go where it's supposed to go. You accessing your imagination, your visualization and meditation, and seeing where the light needs to go in whatever cartoony way that you need to see it in your head. The more you can allow yourself to visualize it, the easier it is that it'll do it. And you'll watch as these little teeny specks, they look like grains of sand, but they're like smoke. And they just move down into our lower intestinal region, which is why so many people are having all of these excess, what's the right word, purging kind of ascension symptoms. How many of I can't count. I'll go to my email right now. I'm getting hundreds of emails a day right now, and most of them are saying these IBS symptoms. Oh my goodness, I'm purging. I'm stuck in the bathroom. How do I does anyone know any natural remedies for hemorrhoids? By the way, if you do, please comment. A lot of questions about that lately, and I don't know. I can say hydrate and know that what's happening is your body is releasing that which does not serve you. There's a lot of cool stuff. So I just jumped to the bottom, so we're going to go from here. So we got a good comment from Stacy Starseed. Antidepressants just block healing. I would say they do. It does make it harder. I was on a variety of antidepressants, not exactly by choice, when I was a teenager. And I found that for my experience, in my case, I found that I had been, the sadness got taken away, but also the gladness for me, and if I was made personally to live in what those particular combinations of chemicals made my experience feel like, I don't I don't think I would have made it to now. So it's everybody's experience is different though. So, you know, I have a great comment. I think the apple cider vinegar, OAM, is I'm assuming this has to do with hemorrhoids. I wasn't following up on. I jumped past a lot of comments, so I'll go back and so it looks like a lot of you are talking to each other too. Okay, totally seeing the sun. So okay, this is from Mina. Totally agree. Ari's sun is piercing white, which makes eyes shut as too bright. It's so bright and it looks different. It looks a lot different. It's beautiful. It's cool. Hello, everybody. It's so good to see everybody coming in here. One of the, I would, a lot of stuff happened over the. Oh, St. George, Utah, by the way. I forgot you were there in St. George. Wow. I'll bet I would be interested to know what it's like to be there right now. We have this area of the planet being activated in a very strong way. There's a space in Australia. What's really fascinating is going to India. There's a lot of energies. There's a lot of activations happening in India right now. So I'm going to be really interested to hear what comes out in people's words in the next couple of weeks. Hi, Jana. I'm sure your name is Jana. I'm sorry. Okay, so the eye thing started happening again, where we're purging from our eye, meaning like there's this weird stuff coming out of the eye. After that, so far, every time that has happened with me, then there's been some type of activation with the eye lately. That's been the case lately, meaning like the past 6 or 7 years. And so then you come out of it, your eyes starts to kind of like calibrate again, and then it seems like your vision's going out. So it's like, whoa, and so then I almost always I'll go to the doctor and dutifully, like, hey, eye doctor, and they're like, wow, your vision's great, you don't need any kind of prescription. And then I start to see some things that I couldn't see before. And I understand it as this: we're vibrating here, and these things that were coming into our perception are vibrating here, right? And what we do is when we ascend, we don't really ascend this way. We do this kind of thing. That's why we feel like the that back and forth kind of stuff, because we do that, right? And so as we're doing this, there's a visual range about this big for something in the middle this small. And so you'll kind of start to see something, and then it'll fade out. That's happening, this thing is you raising your frequency up. It's not that your eyes are failing. And, some cases there's something going on with that. This is none of the things that I say are like, a blanket answer. There's other things that can be going on. And so if you feel encouraged to do so, by all means, go visit a physician, a doctor, whatever, and find out what's going on. And, I will on occasion still do that. But I would say that I every time go in that, knowing that what I'm doing is that I am finding reassurance so I can get away from the fear part and the kind of part of it, and then just enjoy the experience. When we lean into it, we find out that there's a lot of really awesome and helpful things there. Okay, I need to talk about something else, okay? All of us are having, whether it's already happened to you or, you're noticing it now or something like that. It feels kind of like density. It feels like sadness, actually, is the word I'm using. That just comes in, just like whoosh, and loneliness. I know I talked about this a bit in the past few times that I've come on live. If I remembered anyway, and I had found in my experience with this that there's many ways to do every one of these things, right? And it changes based on where things there's so many different factors involved. However, I found that when I had all of this stuff, this density, Jessica Callaghan says Colligan, Says that waves of density. Yeah. So having this coming in, what I'd been kind of doing was basically I was throwing it up, go to the light. And then it was coming back down and hitting me in the head. Go, go, and boom, like you're playing catch with yourself in the air. And I didn't know that was what was happening until they had guided me. It took me so hard, this strong emotion of aloneness and sadness and this stuff that I don't feel. Like, I mean, I don't anymore. I haven't for a really long time. I'll feel like a tickle of it, like sadness, and that those are just emotions that are being offered, just like our thoughts. Our thoughts are solicitors. They're not us. They're like, hey, think about this. Want to think about this? You want to think about this? How about this one? This one. This is just for you. And then until you pick one, they're not your thought. It's around 3 to 14 seconds that this thought will be suspended away from ownership, and you can choose to engage and take it on and do it to participate as thought, or you can brush it away. Next thing, let it be a passerby on the street, or say, hey, talk to me, Mr. Stranger Man, And so same is true for these emotions until this happened to me. Okay. So these are two different experiences that I wanted to show you different ways. Anyway, I needed to lay down on my back. Like, I was just like, whoa, this is freaking intense. And I was just overtaken by this. And I know, I tell people all the time, when sadness comes, lean into it. And I found that it was so pronounced that it was difficult to follow my own suggestion for a moment. And then when I did, leaning into it means opening myself and giving myself over completely to the emotion. I'm not asking for any outside additional things to cause a sensation or emotional response. I'm simply being in what's there without any kind of judgment. Judgment's deciding a thing about a thing. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it blue? Is it red? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Was it, true or false? All of these types of things doesn't matter. All of the answers to all of those questions is yes. And if the questions, hey, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. If it all is yes, then let's move on, right? It is. It just is. There's nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing to change. It happened. Whatever it is, let it come in this way in front of your body, and then it moves through and back. And while it's moving through your body, by the way, I noticed that it comes in right here. Like, for some reason, this part of the body is not connected to this sadness. It's just down and through, and like not even entirely all of your arms. So then, laying on your back still, visualizing the energy that's moving through you. Now I'm laying down, so I'm doing it this way. Visualizing it's moving through you, right? And when it's moving through you, it's digging these roots into the ground, into Gaia, to be accepted with open, glad arms by Gaia to assist this energy. This energy is grateful to go. It's been stuck. It's like, thank God, dude, that was a clingy person, you know what I mean? And like, just let it go, man. Just let it go. It doesn't want to be here either. And then I found that I was driven to also dig my own energy as roots down through my back, and back of my legs and stuff, into the ground. That got kind of scrubbed off. There was still a residue of this energy on my energy that needed to be scrubbed off by Gaia. And it was such an amazing sensation. I had ear tears, because I'm laying there crying on my back and noticing just the calm and the euphoria that set in. And even when I was still in the sadness, once I opened up to it and just let it be completely like that, it was euphoric, even orgasmic. It was a very, very unexpected sensation for this particular emotion. And then we started to get popping on the heart. Like, it was releasing and allowing stuff to go. As soon as that happened, then the flow was able to be had of the light within our bodies more completely. I like this. Thank you, Sherry. It's a dam. The dams are breaking. They're breaking across the board. This is a prophesized thing that I've been waiting to happen too, by the way, is physical dams, waterways, and things like that. Showing what's under it from variety of different means. A lot of code. Break the dam, release the dam. And this is also, symbolic We are the wave, right? We're the waves of volunteers. We're the waves of awakeners. We are the liberators of the light. You are the light. You're the power that you seek. It's here. And as this united, singular, beautiful, like thriving organism that we are as one, then we connect to this light and all things become easy and worth doing and joyful. It's amazing. So some of these dams are breaking down to show you some of the things that have been concealed or kept safe beneath these waterways. And also some of it, like the area I live, they had hidden at least 17 mighty waterfalls that were considered to be very sacred sites in this native land that I live on. So there's just a lot of stuff all over the world, though. Amber Joy, hello. Hello. Hi, Pamela. I keep waking up with super nervous, anxious feeling in my stomach. It's weird. I have been putting one hand on my stomach and the other over my heart and breathing through it. That's great. That's a really good method. That I'm going to take this off so I can show where, like I found that touching my heart, I tend to do it with the tips of my fingers. Sometimes it's this way. I found that this is the best way to connect with your body, with your heart, and it's saying hello. And while I do this is when I talk to my heart. When doing this, after a while, it learns this flow of energy that we're talking about. Making contact with these areas with your physical body is incredibly useful, not to just say, hi, I'm talking to you, but to connect those energies and to make the art that you made was beautiful. Amber Joy, thank you for bringing up this experience. The nervousness and the anxiousness that you were talking about in your stomach, all of us are feeling it in some degree or another. There's a lot going on with this. I would say that some of this nervousness that's going in the stomach, the feeling of this, is also the excitement of the coming, that the light is coming through. A lot of you are already doing this heart activation that's open for this corridor and it's open all the time. It's just meant to be noticed right now at this corridor because there's so many more energies assisting us right now that it makes it easier to do. There's 142 people alive right now. That's pretty cool. Thank you all for joining me. We have so many. Okay. Hello. Thank you, Sherry. I love you. Genevieve, hello. Damn is mad backwards. Break through the anger. I like that. There's a double entendre for me on that word because my daughter's name is Maddie. I'm always calling her the mad scientist, and it does make her stop calling me that. I'm not mad. Yeah. All right. I'm just going to click somebody random. I don't even know what you said. Crystal, hello. Hey, I am new to your channel. How are you doing today? Hello. I'm happy that I picked you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Oh, I'm doing amazing. Like sounds like I'm complaining, but I'm just trying to list off the things that a lot of people are having and that I'm also tapping into. I can say that I don't. I used up all of the alcohol that my body wants to have this life when I was little. I think is kind of what happened. Someone said that one time. I'm like, that makes sense. I don't drink any longer. I don't have any reason to say that anyone shouldn't, though. Exactly. However, I want to say, I bring that up to tell you, I feel hungover. Hey, it's 144. Now we got 144 people, 144,000. And I feel really hungover today. And there's this, and time's getting really, really hard. A lot more difficult to kind of keep up with. Like it's Tuesday in my head. Like the fact that it's Sunday is just like, what? There's just a lot happening. Waking beauty, ancestral family trauma coming up big time. Yeah, I've heard a lot of this, and I've seen a lot of this in the wave. And so knowing this, there's not any particular perfect recipe for this. It's simply letting it come in, like we talked about. Letting that sensation of what would be considered undesirable emotions to be and come in. It's so bizarre how they change to be something so beautiful after accepting them into your energetic sphere and to experience and witness them. Water is related to our emotions. That makes a lot of sense. I remember my earliest quote memory of any kind of like, because I've hung out with a lot of people that like to quote sci-fi and stuff when I was in high school. And it was Star Trek Next Generation, and one of the ETs was saying, humans, you're just ugly bags of mostly water. And that's what we are. That's what we are. Hi, Sarah. It's good to see you, sweetie. There's a lot to that, the water frequency. Yeah, of course. I'm happy that I was able to grab you. So we have a lot of code in water. It's harkening back to this thing everybody's talking about, Frozen 2, which I think is fascinating because out of the blue, my daughter decided to want to watch it with me the other day, and there's the same code in there. Water has memory. We've been talking about that forever. It was break down the dam. Well, we've been talking about that forever. All this stuff. A single drop of water contains the cosmic template of the all. And in there, all memory exists, all places it's been. Think about how many times it's cycled through. It is a being. The consciousness of water has been beautiful to witness. And noticing, and I always forget his name, dude. I need to. So there's this scientist who has, a lot of people know about this, been able to prove and show that the frequency of water changes, or the beauty of the molecules of water changes based on the frequency of the words that you're using and the things that you're doing around it. So if you say loving things to this water, it looks amazing. It looks like a mandala. If you say unkind things, or there's this, stressful experience happening around it, then it becomes browny. It's like a yellowish, orangish brown color in it, and it just looks melty and gross. This is inside your body. Like, think about the things that you say to yourself. Thoughts have the same power as the voice. You can pray over the water in your mind and have the same effect as it does that you do your voice. I find it to be a little more powerful actually with your voice, but and we're doing this to ourselves. So it's teaching that low self-worth talk to change just a little bit at a time. Sometimes it's one word being omitted. Maybe it's adding a word. I'm awesome. And you know what? Even though your whole body cringes because it's like, oh, I'm not supposed to say that. Say it. You're unbreaking a spell. You're allowing the water in your body to heighten in its awareness and frequency. This is how healing is started, is that believing in the possibility of a thing, it needs to be stated. This is how it's done. So there's so much about water, It's just beautiful. So thank you for bringing that up. Hey, now we got 152 live. I don't think I've had this many people join me live before. So thank you all for being here between the two, Facebook and YouTube. Vanya, I forget things all the time. Memory loss is huge right now. Yeah, my problem is vocabulary in particular. I'm used to the memory loss thing. The memory loss thing for me is that turns out it's actually a compliment. I didn't know that. Is that I'm so good at stepping out, having my logic of Pamela step out when I'm interacting with people, when I'm providing any information from the guides, the energies that connect. Lots of times people who have passed over, other kinds of frequencies and stuff. And I step aside so well and let the message come through as clear as it needs to, that I don't recall any of it, usually, any of it. It's really bizarre. Thank you so much. It's Dr. Emoto. Thank you, Jackie. You got my back, girlfriend. Oh, I see Spiritual Warrior said it also. Thank you so much. And so this self-healing, a lot of this stuff that we're doing right now, here we have another example. I'm going to bring this up. Thank you all for helping me out. Dr. Mazuru Emoto, the water experiment consciousness. It's really cool. I love this, that we have all this technology so we can kind of understand what's going on, and so considering that, this also know that when you interact with water, you can change it to assist you. I do all the time. I do it with coffee. It doesn't have to be clear, clean water. You do it with all things I ingest, actually, and interact with. Taking baths. A lot of us are being called to take these Epsom salt baths lately. I've been doing it for quite a while, to be honest. Like, that's become my thing, and I'm one of those people that rinses off afterward, because I just don't want to spend my day in that. But this is while we're in the water, we talk kindly to this water. We thank the water for giving us and providing us with the things that we're seeking at that time. It's coding it with the information that's needed. Hey, it's like, why isn't that boyfriend of mine doing this thing or that thing? Well, did you ask him? Right? Like, that's what's the most common complaint I hear from my friends. He's not doing these things. Does he know you like that? Maybe you should tell him, and I'll bet he'll do it, or think about it anyway. So it's the same thing with this water. Tell it what you want. Tell it what you need. Thank you for bringing me balance. Thank you for taking the things off of my body that is in out of balance with me. I love you. I appreciate you. These things, those are the words that my daughter uses the most often. I love you. I appreciate you. We'll go to the waterways. We live along the Columbia River, which is vast and mighty. It looks like lakes from the shore because it's so wide. And we'll be out there and she'll talk to this water and it tinkles back. It makes a noise. It tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Like, we hear it and others hear it. The other kids that are playing there will hear it too, and they'll giggle and run around. There's stuff is happening and water's talking to you guys. Talk back. I don't know. And you get so much out of it. So here's another example from Angie about this. The Hidden Messages of Water by Masuro Uemoto. I need to hear his name said one day. Usually when I hear his name said, it's when someone's telling me what the name is while I'm talking. And so I don't hear the whole thing. The way that Zoom works, it dulls someone else's voice when I'm talking on my end. But yeah, so, and then also we learn that as we do this, that we can interact with water and amplify our energy. Thank you so much, Vegan Vixen. You are amazing, Pamela. You're so loved. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. That was really kind and generous of you. And very much needed at this time. I'm actually trying to make it work where I can move to Arkansas immediately after the festival in Houston. And it's turning out the way it's supposed to be. I am finding that my human's like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to pull this off financially, but it's going to be a brilliant thing that we're going to do. And whatever occurs, is exactly how it's supposed to be. While this frequency is coming in, this is designed for you to access the healing being brought to you. And in this healing, we're finding that most of us had done so much healing in certain areas that we had just closed that door and decided it was done. And it was for that time. Though now we're here where we can access deeper, maybe tips of roots of the plant that we pulled up and tossed away long ago. Those roots are still there. And so it's not as arduous or even tedious to actually focus in on and send some loving light and some healing to this area of your body, where and to this area of your energetic body. A lot of us don't realize too is that there's so many layers of this specific thing that we've brought here on purpose to point out. So we bring trauma. We choose to have trauma in this life often to say, look at this. Remember this? That happened when you were in Egypt? That happened when you were in Persia, all those years ago that you didn't take care of because you died? Well, here it is again. Look at us. And it's bigger each time. And so it's asking that we look at it. We allow it to be, and to not have to judge. Don't have to decide a thing about it. Just allow yourself to be in that presence, to be in the experience with love. And often in those places, I found that my hugs, my heart going out to the energy present that you want to comfort and make feel okay or whatever, is not myself. It's the perpetrator. It's the perpetrator. It's the one that's killing me in these lifetimes, or whatever it is I'm feeling in, I'm making. But what, the individual who is the aggressor is the one who needs the healing. And when we start to give this loving, this healing, this love to these other, to the master, or the slave master, or to the Hitler, or whatever the energy is for you, to give healing and love and support, noticing the reason that these things occurred is there was an imbalance there, not here. And when we send that love and support and guidance to these who we used to call perpetrators, then all things go clunk clunk, and it goes right into balance. You see it. It looks like some kind of, it's amazing. It's beautiful, and so, I know it's hard to do because it's contrary to what a lot of us have been taught. This person owes me. They should go to jail. They should pay penance. They should balance this scale. And it's like, would it change anything? Would anything have not happened that happened? Would you feel better in your own healing knowing someone else is suffering? These types of things. And once we get to this point and we can see that everybody just needs a hug, that's all, then hugging everyone around us is easier to do. Not everyone, I guess, but I also am still got my introvert element. So I'm also like, all right, I already hugged you, go away now. But you know what I mean? And so I went on a tangent. Yes, love, accept, witness, let go lovingly. Thank you, Angie. Oh, there's a birthday here. Alphabet Lore Funny Stuff to 2023. Hello, today's my birthday. Happy birthday to you. Last Libra days, Jana says. Awesome. Happy birthday. Acknowledge and release, says Sherry. It might be for you, though might be for others. We are getting stronger and stronger each time we release, more space for more love. Yes. And the thing is I found that the more love I give out, the more I have to give. We have often in our earlier points in this life operated under the belief system that it's an exhaustible resource, this love. It's not at all. It doesn't run out. Florida Lee, I try to do a few acts of kindness every day. Awesome. Yeah. I'm one of those people that if somebody catches me doing a kind act, then it doesn't count. And it's frustrating because people are starting to become more and more aware of energy, telepathic, empathic, these types of things. See, it's harder to sneak around and not get caught. So that's kind of funny. Sarah says, I should probably click on it first. Have you ever looked at your skin up close in the sun? Also nails and hair. We are literally sparkling in rainbow diamond light. Yes. Wear Charmony when you near. That's exactly her quote. We are sparkly and nobody even realizes it. Please try this, guys. Yes, I totally agree. Let's talk about the they call it sky glitter. Sky glitter is, you can see all of this. It looks like glitter. It looks like glitter in the sky. It's like it's easier for people to see in the sunlight or the moonlight. It looks kind of like frost. If you would kind of, I don't know, the best way to try to like understand or explain that would be, it looks like frost, like water crystals in the air. These water crystals are a whole different thing. They're not water crystals at all. Sorry, I said they look like water crystals. They're crystals. These are amazing. We have them in our body. They're in this. They're in whatever. These crystals. They contain the highest code of the highest code, and you have it in your body too. It looks like here. Let's take this off so I can show you my hands again. It looks like shingles or dragon scales. We have them all over our body. It's in the ground. Those of you who walk there are the walkers with a W, with a capital W. These walkers, what we're doing to each other and everything. When you walk on the ground, these crystals are like this, and they're laying flat like dragon scales, so light can't get in, right? But they're absorbing light and they're doing their thing. Then when you walk on them, they become erect, and yeah, they kind of drop a little bit, but then now they're open. Remember Indiana Jones? You move the mirror around, you get the light beam of the sun, boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, the whole chamber is lit up, right? Indiana Jones. Same thing. We're doing this to the ground. We're doing this with each other. We're doing this with ourselves. We're doing this with the air. These are coded crystals of awesomeness. I love that you mentioned this. I kind of see them a little bit like the mushrooms of the air, because you know the mushrooms of the forest are the communicators from every direction from the realms of the forest. You get to have these interactions that are occurring, and so and information passed this way rather. Same is true for these crystals in the air. It's really cool. It's really cool. They are not water droplets. Just to be clear, what I'm talking about is something completely different. This is on a dry night. You know, it's really cool. But they're all the cool ones of that are water too. Oh, Nancy, thank you so much. Wow. I promise I'll only hug you once in Houston. It's okay. You can hug me more than once. I love people and I want to help. I want to help people, and I just want them all to know how loved they are. And those who don't know what's going on at all need a lot more hugs than I have right now. And that's what I'm talking about. So my neighbors know about my channel now too, by the way. So everybody around here knows what's going on. It's kind of a bizarre thing because now I'm learning how to be around humans again. So that's good practice. Pamela, are we going from carbon to crystalline? That's why we shine now. We are. Yes. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree, Jenna. We are having so many different motions away from some of the earlier, more dense things that we did, like the certain kinds of foods. You know, this is not a everybody's ascension experience is different. Mine, I found that I had to slowly, a little bit at a time, omit meat from my diet. And it's not because I have any kind of thing about it. Like, I totally get, you know, baby animals are cute and everything, and I totally agree, life is precious and all of this. However, the reason that I have this relationship with not eating this meat most of the time is because my body doesn't like it anymore. Slowly over time, it took about 6 months to find that I'm fully moving away from that. Though lately my body's been wanting meat, so I've been eating it on occasion. You know, and clear your food. You know, that's actually how I learned this. What praying really was. I was I was that kid in my house. I was brought up Mormon, and I was that person going, we're praying. Like, what's that going to do, you know, for your food? You know, anyway, I get it now. Like, I mean, as soon as I started to engage with the food meat wise and see that there was fear contained in this that needed to be released, there's a lot that's done in this way. So it's weird too. Like, look, the sun's brought my freckles out a lot more too. I'm getting really close to the microphone. Look at that. My nose is like bright. There's something going on with the sun. Yeah, I'm all freckled up again. Oh, man. Okay. That's always an interesting thing when I get freckled up. Something always happens. Okay, we are going on to the... So, Cool Deep's here. I didn't actually see your comment, sweetie. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. But I see someone had replied to your comment here. Okay, let's just go back. I think I messed something up here, but okay. I write love on my plastic water bottles. Also, thank you. Thank my bath water. Yeah, you're changing your bath water into holy water, man. You are. It's the most awesome thing. And the way that it works too, like if you get a whole bunch of marbles and one is covered with paint, and you drop that marble into the bucket and wiggle it around, every single marble that painted marble touches now has the same vibrance that the one with paint does, right? They all affect each other it's like this, only a much more pronounced way. So this is what I'm talking about, is that then you drain the water, and I'll also stay in the bath while it's draining, I'm draining off the things that aren't serving me, kind of thing. Though then on top of that, that drained water, even though it's, you're probably, I would deem it dirty because I was bathing in it. This is now higher code water that's now going to affect all of the other water. It's the craziest thing. Yeah, the weather's been really bizarre. It's been raining today, Oregon coast, and I'm releasing old stuff in tears while laying on my back. Good job. Yeah, release it, man. Yeah, the weather's been crazy. Jackie says sending money through your PayPal is better for you, right, Pamela? Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's true. For anybody who is interested, I'm not an asker. I'm not that person. But if you do feel inclined, my PayPal is always in the description of this of all of my content. That's a good question, or good comment about meat that came up here. Jana says, I've had meat this month. I'm not against meat, but I always had trouble eating it. Yeah, my daughter won't eat meat. She just won't. She didn't even know what it was before. She wouldn't eat it. Even when she was a baby, she on occasion used to enjoy bacon. And that's just a really common thing for these star children. A lot of them are coming on and they have the weirdest diets. I find it really hard to try to make sure that she has all the things that her body needs, because she's narrowing down her diet more and more. A lot of us are leaving behind wanting the food at all. I would say that more than half of my friends rely mostly, if not entirely, on liquid diets now. Juicing, like, for the most part, that's it. I know that I just went through over a week where I just didn't have any desire for food at all, and it was like a unplanned fasting kind of thing. Leona says, blessings to you, Pamela, and all on chat. Love from Australia. Thank you for all you do. Awesome. Welcome. Lots of amazing energies coming in from Australia right now. There was an earthquake in South Australia, which I was like, what? There you are, Cool Deep. Hello. Wait, here we go. It's all good. I think that is a scammer trying to offer readings. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sure how to control it when it's through social media this way, or I'm not sure how to do that. I guess you can block somebody, but if anyone feels the need to highlight anyone that's doing anything on Facebook, please let me know. Through YouTube, I do have some people that are in there. Yeah, ask a question, Dakota. Did you ask your question? You never have to ask. You're always welcome to just ask, and then I will answer as I find them. Freckles are angels' kisses. Aw, thanks, Fleur de Lis. When my freckles come in, like they are coming in, it's usually a pretty awesome activation thing about to happen. It only I notice it. It's not like, oh, wow, we have like 19 suns and they are all in my hand. It's something that's really, for me, profound. So I'm kind of excited. I send prayers. I send my prayers, blessings, healing, and unity out in my shower water for all beings of earth, all animals, all flora and fauna, to blessed Gaia. Thank you for saying that. That's beautiful, Michelle. I love that. I'm in Quebec, says Jana, and we didn't have a summer. It rained every day, so no freckles on my face for me this year. I'm always freckled on my body, but it leaves my face without any sun. Interesting. What's weird too is that we're not in a sunny time right now. I guess it was nicer yesterday though. Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked I think you're answering somebody else. Please excuse me. Excuse me. Pamela says, headache this morning. Yeah, I woke up with this hangover headache, man. And it wasn't a hangover. I didn't drink anything. Water, lots and lots of water, and coffee, and tea. I don't even think I've been drinking orange juice lately. I've been drinking a lot of water. Anyway, yeah, the headache is still there for me right now. There's something happening. It's weird. Okay, I know I've mentioned it before, but it's like this part of the head here up, and it's cross sectioned. Like there's something going on right here. And I find that when I'm interacting with these energies, a lot of times they almost always come through this way. But there's something about this. I don't know what it means, but it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, I like your name too, Pamela. You have a great name. You know that Pamela means sweet as honey or divine honey. We can call ourselves divine honey. Thank you for the weekly live, says Kasia. I look forward to it. Oh, thanks. I'm having an issue with my feet that keeps coming back. Burning, redness, heat, and tingling, mostly at night. Yep. I wonder if anyone else is having it. Yep. It is a lot of stuff about this going on. So our feet and our hands are the wands, the wand that holds the energy that can be directed. Okay. And there's an energy system of introducing energy and releasing energy that occurs. Most often the energy that's choosing to leave goes down through our feet. The pores in our feet are the largest pores in our body for a reason, because this is where we can also, by the way, pull up the minerals and different types of nutrients that are within the soil that we don't typically get in our diets, especially in the days when we didn't wear as many shoes and things like that, and the world wasn't as full concrete. I find that this grounding thing is useful for just balancing your body in this way as well. And then all of the things that don't serve you are accepted gratefully by Gaia through this means as well. It's called ionization. Most of you will notice that during a solar flare or any of these types of events, but solar flare is the one that people have been noticing the most because we have them regularly right now. We have for about a year or so and a half. Is that when we get these coming in, our body starts to collect all of these positively charged ions. That sounds positive, right? That's what you want. No, you don't. That's like the energy that you feel outside around you, that as soon as it gets turned off, your whole body, your soul just sighs. Like, thank you. Because it's like someone turned off this really obnoxious noise that's been going on in the neighborhood for like 10 days. And it's like, finally, that's what it feels like. So your body then sends these positively charged ions that you don't want into the ground. And then when it goes into the ground, then your body now is full of all of these positive or negatively charged ions, which are more in alignment with what your body needs. And it quiets everything and it calms it and makes it happy and feel awesome. And so this is something you can also do in your home. It doesn't have to be outside. I would say it's much more fun outside. You can do it by bringing dirt into the house and putting your feet in it. You can do it by having, a lot of different, most natural herbal remedies can be administered through foot soaks for the same purpose, because of the pores on your feet are so big. I've been doing this method for a long time, where I regularly need to have contact with the soil with my feet. My totem, the medicine that grounds me, that is, below, that grounds you, is the eagle, the highest flying bird. And so it's always been a joke. That's why I'm always I'm always barefoot. I'm always grounding. And it's something that you can do in the house in the wintertime. If it's too cold or too frozen to do this, bring dirt in, let it, defrost and become, room temperature or whatever, and then put your feet on it. It's 111 right now. And this can happen in this way too. I've been doing this for quite a while, and now just recently psychology started saying, the world of psychology is calling it now earthing, to earthing. Yeah, thank you. I just saw Ariane say this. Yeah, earthing, exactly. Thank you. And so you can look it up and find out different methods and stuff. It's really useful. I used to have seasonal depression, and I started doing this and I stopped. And I just thought, well, that's just because I'm a gardener and I like to play with dirt. I didn't really know what I was doing back then. And now, there's this whole understanding that's coming through. Florida Lee, thank you. You're so sweet. I love you. Thank you. How kind. Janice says, OMG, my feet become so hot. Yeah, we're healing. We're healing and we're releasing. A lot of this stuff's going out. We're having activations in our hands. The palms of our hands are getting hot. This is healing hands. The full soles of our feet are getting hot. I find that also when I meditate these days, I'll put the soles of my feet together, just like I do my hands. And then I'll just sit. It's kind of lotus, but this makes it so the energy can cycle through. You cycle one direction. So I'm doing this. So I'm letting it cycle through my arm and through and come back and through this hand. And then do the other direction with your legs, feet, and stuff. And then the in-between part turns into, I got to ask you guys. All right. This turns into an infinity symbol. I got to ask you, though. Does anybody know what this is? Like this, I made this. It won't go away. And it was a big deal, like in February, and it was supposed to be about right now. And I have paintings and stuff. I have, this is important. If anyone knows what that means, Stacy pointed out that there was a crop circle a while ago that was similar to this, but it still doesn't tell me what this is. It's some type of spiritual technology that we're meant to understand. I want to know what it is. Anyway, if anybody knows, please let me know. If you can't comment, because I'm about to be done with this chat for today, then please write in the comments below or send me an email. I'm very curious. Let's see, just probably one more right here. We have Nanad. Yes, it burns, itches, and the veins sometimes stand out. I wonder if you're talking about your feet. I might have lost. All right. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, because I don't have context. My nonverbal son. Hello, Michelle. My nonverbal son, Nathaniel, is my barometer for the energies. He's 8 and still in diapers. He's been very amped for weeks. It's been tough. These star children are the most masterful and the most powerful. Straight up. When I was in the corporate world, I was a social worker, and where I was drawn to was to assist and help individuals with varying disabilities, and I had never spent so much time in such a large collection of masters, of spiritual beings, of true connection and uninvestment in the systems that corrupt and pull a lot of us down. So I agree with you that these are the children that you pay attention to, that you listen to. I know that their experience here will improve very soon. Their experience and how easy it is to be in this time is about to get better. You mentioned nonverbal. Well, most of us are truly nonverbal. The use of communication skills are limited in such a way, and they're wrought with not only are they wrought with barriers, but they've been hijacked, most of these words, to mean something that they didn't used to mean. Where the word power used to mean, and still should, to empower another. A lot of individuals start using this word to say to overlord and take control from, to take power from. That's an example of what's happened with these words. And so as we leave these words and use more telepathy and these ways of communicating, we're going to find that these masters, like your Nathaniel, are going to be those that we listen to the closest. 165 people live right now between YouTube and Facebook. That's never happened to me before. I thank you for the great honor of sharing this space with all of you, and for being in this place right now in this time where I know it's not easy. There's a lot of stuff coming in and coming through, and it's sometimes it makes us feel like we're out of control. Though if you pull back and notice that as we uninvest in the belief system of some type of control, then for the first time, we find out what it feels like to be in control for the first time ever, ever, ever. I love you all so much. Thank you all for being here. I will be back to do this again next Sunday. And also for those of you who are interested, there's a promo that Elsa Dillon has posted out, but we're doing a really amazing show today at in just a little under an hour, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be on the Sology Network. So I'm going to type that in for anybody who's interested to come join us. It's going to be so amazing. We have Stacy coming. We have Elsa Dillon there. I'm not sure if Todd's going to make it or not. Probably not, but he might. That guy's got so much on his plate. He should have a whole table. So here's the website for any of you who want to join us. We would love to have you. It will be aired live on the hour at this website. If you miss us live, it will be posted up. And from what I understand, we're going to do a lot of like excerpts from this particular show because a lot of code is being dropped. Like it's going to be a really fun show. I've been really excited about this one. So if you can make it live, because there's so much going on in the world of Sology, and they're all, all this IT stuff's going on at the moment. We're not getting immediate replay. And so it's going to sometimes take a few days to get to see it on replay. So if you can make it live, it's the best. So anyway, I love you all. I will see you either in less than an hour or